My name is Rosalind Cornforth and I'm a Professor of Climate and Development at the University of Reading and Director of the Walker Institute. I'm also Head of Delegation for COP29. The Walker Institute at the University of Reading focuses on interdisciplinary research with a niche area on risk and adaptation research. So this year at COP, it's vitally important that we are there to support the implementation of the COP28 Declaration on Climate, Relief, Recovery and Peace. The work we're doing at the moment on the ground with UN organisations, with our partners at the Royal Scientific Society in Jordan, is very much focusing on understanding climate risk current and into the future. So what's the University of Reading doing at COP29? The University of Reading hosts one of the largest cohorts of IPCC scientists in the world. And our job is to draw on the latest science to inform the evidence base that supports the climate negotiations. We need to be making sure that we're actually engaged and supporting that policy action on the ground. So we will be at COP, not only sharing the latest science that we are doing, but also supporting, working together with those countries, with those regions, with the policymakers that are there. And very importantly, we need to make sure that the next generation of scientists have the right science policy literacy. So throughout COP, we're running a dynamic, lively climate action studio throughout those 2 weeks with our postgrads and indeed early career researchers. We are raising the very important issue of transboundary risk, and that will happen through bilateral meetings with countries, and then we will be also holding two official side events. And that's unusual because it's a much smaller COP this year, but that just recognises the import of this conversation around transboundary risk and how do we really pull science through to inform, create that evidence base to understand the adaptation options. So what's important for COP29? What do we need to achieve as a world working together on climate action? So as climate impacts are happening, we're not seeing the release of finance to support developing countries. So this year, Azerbaijan really needs to help guide countries come together and go against the competition at the moment, which is constantly around who can reap the most benefits from the transition to low carbon futures, and enable money to go towards countries so they can adapt and actually cope with the loss and damages that they're experiencing almost on a daily basis.